Yo, what's up? I'm doing an exclusive video just for YouTube, so all my Twitch viewers, unless you're following my YouTube channel, you probably won't see this. A new set is coming out. This is Servants of the King. It's a mini box, and some people are ultra hyped for this. For me, I'm only hyped about one card, and it's Forbidden Chalice. Anyway, I'm gonna run through all of the cards in this set, or I'll try to run through most of them, let you know what's good, what's not good, and yeah, how some of these cards could be useful, and what are some flaws of these cards. I'm just gonna start off with at the beginning and work my way through. We have Man-Eater Bug. You know, it's a power creep to Hain. It's an ultra rare. I think this game has advanced so much. I think this card is way too slow for our game now. So this isn't something that I'll be looking forward to. It might be useful later on with some other insect support or earth support. But at the moment, it's pretty whatever. And Dark Magician of Chaos. Now this card's I guess the card that everyone's wanting. And a lot of people are super hyped, ready to build a deck with this. Yeah, this card used to be really good back in the TCG, but actually since then this card has already been errated. So you know this card's usefulness has gone down because now you add the card at the end phase of your turn, the spell card. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Let me read this card to you. Now it says during the end phase of this card was normal or special summoned. You can target one spell in your graveyard, add it to your hand. If you use this effect of Dark Magician of Chaos, you can use this once per turn. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, after damage calculation, banish that opponent's monster. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. The reason this card was so good before was you could add it as it was summoned. So not at the end phase it was summoned, but when it was summoned. And this had a lot of loops. So there was a Dimension Fusion, which you pay 2,000 life points, special summon from your remove from play, and you can add the spell back. So you could actually use it infinitely with other cards that like Spell Economics, where you don't have to pay life points. So there was like an infinite combo with this card. But they had to change it to the end of the turn to stop the infinite combos. Do I think it'll be good in Duel Links? Probably not. So it has some synergy with Escape from the Dark Dimension. So when this card is banished, you can summon it back and maintain card of. Oh, actually, you gain card advantage when you summon it through Escape. But the problem with this card is, you know, you're gonna try really hard to summon it, and it's just not as good as other cards that we have at the moment. We have Dakini, which is, you know, you don't have to build a deck just around one card to summon Dakini. The engine is so good, so it just searches itself, and you get not only do you get to add a card in your end phase, you also get an on summon effect that removes a monster from the field. So you know, if you're comparing Dakini, which is a tier 1 Cyber Angel card, to Demok, you know, Demok just does not compare to Dakini. You might see this in some Destiny Draw Dasher decks. But honestly, if you're free to play, I wouldn't bother getting more than one of this. Yeah, I wouldn't mind resetting without getting this. Force Raider, power creep to all the 1800 attack monsters or 1850. Funny thing, I always thought this was a Fiend card. I swear it was a Fiend card, but actually, okay, it's a Beast Warrior. Maybe it's got some usefulness with Beast Rising. 1900 is actually quite big. You know, so actually with the reinforcements, with reinforcements, it actually crashes with red eyes. What does inspiration do? Inspiration. Yu-Gi-Oh. Is 700 attack. So that's not enough with this and beatdown. So I guess okay. Yeah, 1900 is nothing to scoff at though. It's pretty big. Yeah. Blade Knight. While you have one or less cards in your hand, this card gains 400 attack. If you control no other monsters, the effect of flip monster destroyed by battle with this card are negated. This card is kind of cool. Yeah, I think it's power creep for that fiend. What is that called? The fiend monster that loses 400 attack for each card in your hand. Now this card, you could only have one card, and it'll be it'll be at 2k. So this card is actually considerably better. And also flip effect monsters, that's just a bonus. Is it are there any good flip effect monsters at the moment? No. So yeah, this card at the moment is probably no good. You know, I think it'll be really good with your one card Vagabond challenges. But other than that, for now, it's just it'll sit in your collection. It might be good later if more flip effect monsters come out. Maybe Shadows. Maybe if Shadows come out, this might be a good tech card. It does have good typing, so it's a light and it's a warrior, so it could see some usefulness later on. Draining Shield. I think this card is just better than Enchanted Javelin. Yeah, I think this card's just better than Enchanted Javelin. Maybe it's a power creep for Enchanted Javelin. If it isn't, someone please comment below. Let me know why Enchanted Javelin would be used instead of this. But what this card does is actually it stops the attack. So, okay, wait. So, if you wanted to take damage, so you could trigger a Destiny draw, I guess you would use Enchanted Javelin. But even then, I'd rather just negate the attack. Probably 9 times out of 10, I'd rather negate the attack. There are a lot of these, I guess you can call them gimmicky decks at the moment. So Draining Shield, it fits right in. So anything with Enchanted Javelin, you can replace it with Draining Shield. Maybe there'll be a new set of decks that, I don't know, Odeon burn using this to stall. So not only does it stop one attack, it also gains you life points. So it could potentially stop another attack the following turn or whatever. This card does seem pretty decent. You know, when I saw this, straight away I was like, maybe it is like in the TCG, this card is kind of a joke, but in Duel Links, it might be decent enough to take in like a Red Eyes mirror match, because sometimes you just want to negate the Red Eyes attack and next turn beat down over their Red Eyes. And this card will be very useful. Instead of using enemy controller, you can actually gain life points. But after saying that out loud, I'd way rather enemy controller. Yeah. Anyway, it might have some usefulness later on. I hope this card becomes good. This card is just like another. It's another card that's good, but you don't know if it's good enough. Like, it might give Gemini's some more play. Gemini's have the other spell that summons it in defense. I guess actually no. This card is quite a lot different because you can use this offensively and defensively. Actually I do think this card is pretty good. It changes the game up a lot because you're able to use it offensively and defensively. I think I'm thinking Ill Blood. I'm thinking that Shaman card. Um, yeah, maybe Red Eyes. Yeah, you might see a lot of these Gemini decks coming out. They're getting a lot of support, and yeah, I think they have a lot of good things going for them. Forbidden Chalice. This card's my one of my favorite cards. I've used this in multiple TCG tournament decks. So, okay, what it does is target one face-up card on the field. Until the end of this turn, that target gains 400 attack, but its effects are negated. What's cool about this is you can use it both offensively and defensively. If they attack into you, you can use this to boost it 400. What's important is actually this keeps your monster above beatdown range. So if you're for example, if you're playing Red Eyes Mirror, they attack into you, you can Forbidden Chalice and your Red Eyes and not be afraid. So they would have to. So in the future of Red Eyes Mirrors, you would have to double beatdown before you're able to attack. Or yeah. So it's actually quite tricky. So you can use this defensively. In that aspect, you can also use it to stop plays. So there aren't a lot of on summon effects or effects that you want to negate. I guess there aren't a lot of like once per turn effects that you want to negate. I guess like Ill Blood or Dakini. Like I guess Dakini is pretty big. If you can resolve this on a Dakini, I guess no. They have a lot of protection, so they have even if you use it on Dakini in phase, they can still add. I think because this works until the end phase, so you just negate the. You negate the effect to remove, but in that matchup, I think it's more correct to use it on the Edaton, or use it on the Sonic Bird or the Cyber Petite Angel. If you can lock them out of their spell cards, eventually they're gonna have a hard time finding them. And I think they'll slow them down a lot. So they'll have to hard draw it. This card is crazy good. Actually the 400 attack isn't something to scoff at, and the fact that you can use this on your turn when you draw it, it's huge. I'm definitely gonna get 3 as soon as possible. It's something that will be good for a long time. So this is something that you can compare to enemy controller. You're gonna see this come in and out depending on the meta. This card makes Relinquish unplayable. There are some decks that are just simply unplayable now because of this, and a lot of decks can just play this splash, and they don't become any weaker. Super hyped. I'm so hyped. Panzer Dragon. I haven't seen any usefulness for this yet. In the TCG you could use instant fusion and summon this, and you don't mind if it dies. That's about it. Wall of Disruption. I had to read this card a few times, because some people are saying it's really good. Some people are saying it's a worse mirror wall. So what it does is it reduces your opponent when they attack. They lose 800 attack for each attack position monster they have. And actually this attack reduction is permanent. So at the end of the turn they lose 800 or 16 or whatever. yeah, you know, at first I thought people would just play this instead of Mirror just because it's super rare. The set's smaller, so it's easy to get this. But after thinking about it, you know, there are a lot of gimmick decks that could use cards like this. So, like how gimmick decks, they like to gain life points and stop the opponent from attacking. You can use this similar to Wonder Balloons and reduce their attack low enough so then they can't actually do any damage or any like yeah they can't do substantial damage to you. So actually, if you were to use this in place of Mirror, it's not that good. Because Mirror actually, you can use it to trigger your Destiny draws. You can use it in a few different ways. You can use it in the damage. You can use it in damage step. You can use it battle step. Yeah. So Mirror, you can use it in the battle step, bait stuff out, and then chain enemy controller, etc. But this card, you don't have the option. It's just when your opponent attacks, you can activate it. Yeah. But yeah, I think there will be some cool decks coming out. Use this in some soul decks. You know, this card by itself makes like Wonder Balloons seem like a joke of a card. You know, why use Wonder Balloons and discard a card to lower 300 where you could use this by itself and lower 800? Yeah, cool card. Painful Decision. Send one level 4 lower normal monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, add one card with the same name from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one Painful Decision per turn. It's good for thinning your deck. The picture has Ojamas on it. Maybe some Ojama decks can play this. You know, actually, this is like one of the first search cards that you can play in 3. In the TCG, this card's good with pendulum cards, but we don't have pendulum cards at the moment, so the best you could do is add a Vorse Raider to your hand. Maybe it'll be good later when there are like certain normal monsters that we want to search out. Maybe it's good with Sparkman, maybe not. I can't think of anything actually too good with this at the moment. Maybe Gemini monsters. Actually, are Gemini monsters normal monsters in the deck? I don't think so, but yeah, whatever. I don't think this is too good. Power creep. It's a machine 1850, so it's slightly more valuable than a Pyro 1850. This gives all your beast warriors, and wing beast trample. This makes a Panda irrelevant, I think. You just play this over Panda and burn decks. Yeah. Pete and the Dark Clown. Growing up, this is one of my favorite cards. Actually, I tried to build a deck around it, but at that time, I don't understand how cards miss the timing. Because this card is an optional effect, this card can actually miss the timing. So if it's not the last thing to happen, you can't actually resolve the effect. So for example, you tribute this for enemy controller. So tribute for cost. This goes to the graveyard. Enemy it doesn't have a window to activate because enemy controller has to resolve. And since this isn't the last thing to be sent to the graveyard, it wouldn't get its effect to banish. Whereas if this card was destroyed by, let's say, eliminating the league, destroys this. When eliminating the league destroys this as a Chain Link 1, this would get the effect. But as a Chain Link 2, it wouldn't. Because Chain Link 2, this gets sent to the graveyard. Chain Link 1, the first card resolves. Maybe I'll have another video actually explaining how Chain Links can be used in high level play. such as playing around Floodgate Trap Hole, etc. Yeah, I saw in the MCS a lot of people weren't playing around Floodgate Trap Hole. It's something that's really easy to play around. You just activate your spirit in response to another card. So, for example, you could activate Insight, and then chain your spirit, and then they can't trap hole you. So stuff like that. Anyway, more about that in another video. Yeah. So if you're discarding for a cost, this will never get its effect, unless it's like a Dark Will dealing. I don't know what cards actually work with this to get the effect. Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate, because otherwise this card will be quite powerful, because you could discard it for costs. The Mystic Swordsman's trio, it won't change anything in competitive play. Nothing more. Machina, 1800 machine. Decent. System down. If we have side decks, if we play a format with side decks, this will be a really good side deck card, and it will see play forever. But without side decks, this will never see play. Yeah, whatever. Genix cards. Genix are getting a ton of support, and surely they have enough good cards to play to build a deck around by now. This one, while you control this face of card, gains 400 attack for each. So this is an 1800 attack machine as well, at least. So yeah, it could be good. With 2, it's 2/2. Yeah. Machina Cannon. Must first be switched on from your hand by sending one or more machine monster from your hand to the graveyard. This card gains 800 attack for each card sent to the graveyard to switch on it. This card is not good. It's just not that good. You would play it in the TCG to discard as a cost to summon your Machina Fortress. This card is no good without the other Machina engine. Once per turn, you can banish one dark. From your graveyard, target one level 4 or lower light monster your opponent controls, equip it to this card. If this card on the field is destroyed, the monster equipped to it with this effect is destroyed instead. Okay. Well, I think this is kind of cool, kind of good. What level? Like, it's good against Cyber Angels, I guess. You can add Manju, you can add Cyber Petite. That's 5 out of... That's like a quarter of the deck you can equip it. But yeah, you would never just like put this in your deck and build a deck around this, because you're not always going to verse Cyber Angels. Even against Cyber Angels, you're taking a floater, so it's something that had already searched another card, so it replaced itself. And yeah, it might have some usefulness as a side deck card if we have side decks in the future. You can special summon this card from your hand by removing 4 ice counters. It works with the other ice cards. I don't think is that good. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster from your hand in defense position. If this was in attack position, it would be pretty good. Yeah, to have a normal monster in defense is pretty useless. Yeah, I could see it being useful, like, yeah, if it was attack position. It's got 1800 attack. It's a warrior. It's got earth typing, so it's got decent typing. Yeah. No. Okay, no good. Tribute to special summon Dark Magician from your hand, deck, or graveyard. No good. You have to play Dark Magician. Oh, actually, 3-star demotion plus this gets you Dark Magician of Chaos, which adds you this back to your hand. Yeah, I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. It's a even bigger Gagagigo. It's huge. It's 8 stars. In this guy's normal summon, while you have no other monsters, you can switch to one Machina from your hand, except Machina. Machinas are no good. 400 attack for each spell and trick card. Oh man, this card sucks in the TCG. It sucks more in the Duel Links. Yeah, okay, Genix cards. Here are some more good Genix cards. Not good, but cards to look at. This is a searcher, so it's something that you can think about already. This, so it adds a level 3 Genix effect monster to your hand. This one, tribute to special summon a Genix from your hand. This one searches when it's special summon. So there you have a combo already. This searches this summons this searches another Dark Genix. So you have all of these like monster fodders you can tribute for enemy controller, or I don't know. I really hope Genix like become good. I really do. Vampire Koala. This card is so cute. Snow Dragon. Yeah. Anyway, these other cards, they're pretty irrelevant. And I've already been talking for 26 minutes. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. And let me know if you like to see these kind of videos. You know, I'm thinking for every core set, I'll make a list of all the cards that I'll talk about. But for these smaller sets, I think I'll try to talk about every single card and what kind of usefulness it might have. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully, yeah, hopefully you gain a little bit of insight from this. Yeah, and I can't wait to build a Democ deck. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, okay. If you're free to play, I think you stay away from this set. There's only one card you want, Forbidden Chalice. Yeah, if you're free to play, stay away from the set until you have extra gems, and then when you have the gems, get Forbidden Chalice and reset just for it. If you're pay to win, or if you're a YouTuber, get 3 Democs. Okay. Okay, sweet. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again later. Peace out.